All right. Well, I'm excited for our next guest here in the Pacific Northwest. We have Yoell Mendoza on our After Hours series. Yoell is one of our newest, actually, team members here at New American Funded. I think he's been with us for just about a month,
Yep.
and he's in the Tri-Cities market, where he's very focused and committed to his builder community, and actually looking for growth into a leadership role, which I promise him over time we will be making sure that he is there. But first things first, Yoel. Really, I know we got a lot of love for each other because we're both 49er fans, and
Oh, Niner
it's
gang.
not going to be a fun weekend for us. But
No,
I got to root for my Pacific Northwest family up there, and I'm
I
sure
can't.
you're.
I can't, man. I gotta go for the Pats. I gotta go for the Pats, man. Drake May.
I got him in fantasy football, so
There you
at
go.
least there's something there. Well, Yoel, I love to kind of just start off. Obviously you're Hispanic, I'm Hispanic. I know that we've got a lot of material that basically focuses on supporting the Hispanic community, including marketing and products. But I don't know exactly what most interested you to join New American Funding. I know you had a lot of options, and would just like to kind of dive deeper into that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think obviously when we were talking, I was getting recruited from other companies, like I mentioned. But the one thing that stood out with New American Funding was obviously the Hispanic, Latino support that we had, but also a lot of our non-QM and QM products that we have, right? Over here in Pacific Northwest Tri-Cities, one program that I just learned that we have that's pretty awesome is that ITIN program. We have a brokered one and an in-house one, right? Which is huge in this market. We have a lot of Hispanic people who don't know where to start, but they have the money, right? So having these two options available has been huge over here. We're going to start seeing a lot of more of those loans out here in this area here shortly. But also just the culture. I think, like you said, when we started talking, I really liked how you were direct, and we talked about management and all that good stuff, and it just clicked. I didn't get that anywhere else, and being direct with you, and it was just transparency, which is huge, right? Having that trust is everything in this line of business, right? When we can trust each other, it just helps us grow and be committed. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, no, we do have an abundant amount of products, which I'm certain, and we can talk a little bit more about your builder space. Ultimately, that's a market that you heavily focus on, and your builders want to be able to not have contingencies on deals, right? And
Yep.
you and I, when we were talking as well too, talked about not only the I-10 like you mentioned, and other products as well too, including our NAF 100, which allows us to go up to high balance limits.
Yep.
We can provide more solutions for your builders and for your community realtors that most others can't. And
Yep.
that's what your partners want, is the ability to close fast and provide solutions. So I'm happy that you're jumping on board with all the different tools. There's 2,300 mortgage products, so it's a lot to
Yeah.
kind of dive into. But
Yeah.
I'm happy that you're leveraging why you came here. Is there anything that comes top of mind for you right now, Yoel, that you're like, wow, I didn't even know about this? Or the feeling, I know you mentioned culture. I don't know if there's something that stood out for you that you didn't come for, because I know for myself, I didn't come for culture. Respectfully, I'm from the Bay
No,
Area. I,
100%.
I got competitive clients, and for me, I wanted a company that was committed to becoming a top five IMB, a company that had a large servicing portfolio, so they owe nobody any debt as well too, and not going to
Yep.
go public like I felt in prior organizations where it
Mhm.
became about the shareholder and not the
And that
people.
was, that's something that happened to me in a past company, right? Going public, I wasn't agreeing with a lot of the things that were going on. And, obviously here at NAF, it's huge, right? One thing that surprised me was the servicing. We service our own loans, which is
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah,
right? It's huge for some of these clients, helps us win some of these deals when people want to, they know who they're working with. It's directly with us, right? And kind of like you touched base on that label stuff for the builders. I was talking to one of my builders the other day, and we're working through scenarios like, you know what, this is something I just talked to Craig about, right? Where we can, have the buyer purchase now, rent the house, whatever it is, if it's our label program, or not cash. And they were just like, we've never heard of anything like that, right?
yeah.
Which is awesome to have great tools. It's been awesome having these conversations with the builders. They've been ecstatic what we have to offer, and I'm just excited to see what we build with these builders and continue to grow with them. You know,
And I know that you're very passionate about your community, especially the teachers, which I know you're working on some incentives for our local
yeah.
community. So I don't know if you want to speak a little bit to that.
Yeah, no, one thing what I talked to you about was, staying competitive. Like you said, it's not just about culture, it's also be about being competitive with our programs and, coming on board. I want to talk to you about a program that we had, my previous company and making that possible here. And sure enough, you said that we would do it and you delivered. And, obviously being able to help those educators here in our area, it's huge, right? So we're going to go in there and offer lender credits to any of these teachers or, school district employees when they work with us, right? Which is huge impact to our community, right? Help them save some money because they're important to our community and they're going to help us grow and obviously the future, right? So
Absolutely. Definitely the foundation and a lot of times overlooked. And so I'm happy that you're committed not only to your community, but helping those that, serve our youth and our future, to your point.
yeah, which is awesome. It's huge for our community here. We want to grow the name NAF. I think we are going to have a good reach with our programs and products, and again, focus on the community, and it's going to have a big impact on us as well, right?
For sure, for sure. Well, if you don't know Yoel and you want to learn more about New American Funding, he's on his path towards leadership and growing his team. If you'd like to either join his team, understand more about New American Funding, both Yoel and myself would be happy to, show you under the hood. Because I think that, a lot of people, once they take a look under the hood, it's like I use the analogy all the time. You might be driving a 2000 Lexus, but have you seen all the bells and whistles that the 2025 has to offer and how it
Yeah,
can help you, get stuff done a little bit more productively or, just be a little bit faster. So with that, thank you, Yoel, for joining me today. I truly appreciate just your positivity, your energy, and your commitment to your community. I look forward to you doing great things here in 2026 and years to come.
awesome. Thank you so much, Craig. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to a great year.
Thank you, Yoel. Bang, bang.